Ironically enough, despite my first ever video being a Spider-Man review, I haven't talked about the Red Man in a while. Let's fix that. Before I with this breakdown of the Spider-Man Far From Home new trailer, please do here and leave your own thoughts on the trailer in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit the little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? I got Ponzi, and here we are to break down the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. And fun fact, I was going to try to record a reaction to this, and I did. Just the way I record is not working, like, at all. Like, it just decided to not work, and I've given up. I've tried to record this thing 3 times. I got 40 minutes into the first recording, only to find out at the very end that it didn't record. Then I got 15 minutes into the next recording, only to find out that it didn't record. And I got 9 minutes into the final recording, only for me to find out that it didn't record. I'm assuming it's something to do with the trailer. The trailer does not like being screen recorded, so I'm not even going to bother anymore. I'm not going to try and fist fight it. I looked it up. I can't find anything to fix it. So we're just going to talk about it bit by bit without any of the trailer there. And to be fair, I probably would get copyright struck by Marvel for even having the reaction up, so let me not bother that, because I'd rather not get attacked by Marvel. So let's hop right into it. Honestly, this opening shot of the gang, if you know what I'm saying, aka the opening shot of MJ and Spidey-Man. Now, I do like parts of this. Like, I like that Spider-Man is being forced to take responsibility for his actions in Far From Home. I do believe that him trusting Mysterio is still stupid. That hasn't changed. I do believe him destroying the glasses at the end was not the smartest thing he could do, but okay, whatever. But I'm glad that the film isn't just writing off the end of Far From Home in such a casual way. Like, him being Spider-Man is actually a big bad thing that he does have to worry about, because he made a mistake in trusting Mysterio. Mysterio has all the access and footage to prove that he was killed by Spider-Man, even though he wasn't actually killed by Spider-Man, so on and so forth. It makes sense. How the trailer decides to resolve, how the movie decides to resolve this or cause its own plot, that's a different story on how I feel about that, but we'll get to that soon. Why he brought MJ with him? I have no idea why, but hey, it'd be like that when it be like that sometimes. Maybe you don't want to leave your girlfriend alone when she's being hunted alongside you, after you decide to just reveal that you're dating her by swinging through the city on your own, in public, where everyone can see. I don't know. I didn't get that. The ending of Far From Home makes less and less sense the more I think about it. But regardless of that, we then get to see Peter talking with this lady, and I'm not sure if this lady's like a cop, but I just assume that she's like MJ's mom and is worried about her daughter for good reason, considering she's dating a murderer. At least in her eyes, she's dating a murderer. So it could be that. I've also thought for some reason that this could be like the wife of Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. I know that entire family didn't even get mentioned in Far From Home. I'm pretty sure that's a drop plot line, but who knows? Maybe it could come back. I think it would be cool if it came back. So if she's just warning Peter that, oh, by the way, my husband's out and about and he's definitely going to murder you, that's cool too. I'm fine with that. But the main thing about this is that doesn't mean, or does that lady look photoshopped in there? Like, Peter's in focus, the car's in focus, the background's obviously the background, so it's blurry. But that lady seems to be green screened directly into that car, and that's kind of hilarious to me. But enough of that. Let's move on to the next image, which will be Doctor Strange looking kind of strange, standing on a train. That's probably strange. So we get to see the Doc is here. The Doc is in the movie, and he is docking it up. And I am happy to see him. I do like that the MCU is slowly becoming like a more comic booky universe, in the sense that characters that happen to live close to each other will run into each other. They will speak. They will do things. That is a lot better than what has happened in the past, where somehow all these big characters, despite having each other's phone numbers, having easy ways to contact each other, just never call each other when they have a big bad villain. Why that never happened in the previous movies, obviously budget, that's the real reason, but I'm glad that heroes are showing up. Am I glad that Spider-Man, the kid superhero, needs another adult to come and guide him along through this mess? No, I'm not happy about that, but you know, we just hold that. Then we get to see this 5 train shot, and I do like it, and it's cool how this is like alluding to the whole multiverse stuff that's happening. That's very, very cool. But outside of that, there's not much to offer here. And yeah, then we move on to the next image, which shall be Spider-Man falling into the void, aka the multiverse. I'm assuming this is the multiverse. I don't know if you all have read Spider-Man comics. I haven't read some in a while, but I do remember like Spider-Man is a universal concept, and he's in like this big thing known as the Great Web or something like that, and thusly like he's a point that exists in all realities. So this could be like alluding to that, or it could just be like the mirror world from the Doctor Strange whole movie, that thing, or this could be the multiverse trying to eat him. Because, you know, it'd be like that when it'd be like that sometimes. That's pretty cool, though. I do like that. Then we get to see something else. after the trailer opens up, we get to see MJ and Spider-Man hanging out, and they have their whole little cute interaction because, a couple things. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, Tom Holland and Zendaya actually dating in real life. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Peter, you are a whole wanted criminal, dog. What you doing just chilling on the roof? Like, this is obviously like post wanted criminal time because she's reading a newspaper about Spider-Man being Spider-Man. I'm so stupid. About Peter being Spider-Man. So, like, I don't know. Maybe they realize, oh, Peter Parker's a whole superhuman. We kind of can't restrain him normally. But, like, if there's video evidence that you are a murderous criminal, or at least, well, I know we as an audience know that Peter didn't actually do it, but the whole world thinks that Peter actually did. There's a whole video showing that he did it. Is he really going to be allowed to roam around like this? This doesn't seem to be the same day that they were swinging around at the end of Far From Home, because time has passed. It seems like this is actually like a little while after, and Peter's just allowed to roam free. I don't think that's how that works. Now that I think about it, Happy could have just paid his bond since Happy is still rich and he owns Stark Industries. So never mind. It would make sense for Peter to be out. But man, I don't know. Peter, I'd be a lot more concerned if I were you. I would not just be hanging out with my girlfriend on top of a roof while I have like a trial murder case tomorrow. Like, man, that's just whack. But regardless of that, we get to see these two have their nice, sweet little bonding moment. Haha, spiders, pheromones, weird stuff. I'm not sure if spiders actually do that, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, when she says the line about, like, male spiders controlling their counterparts, not sure that's a thing. We get to see J.K. Simmons reprising the role of J. Jonah Jameson. Love that man. Great Omni-Man. I almost said great J.K. Simmons, but great J. Jonah Jameson. And fun fact, in the original 3 recordings, I didn't bother to look up his name, because despite me knowing exactly who that is, I just completely forgot his name. I didn't look it up, but I'm glad I did, because J.K. Simmons deserves the recognition. Regardless of that, we get to see Spidey. It's just another shot of him swinging, I'm assuming directly after the reveal, and this is like Peter running from the cops, I guess. And I don't know, that was kind of funny to me. But regardless of that, we find Pete in jail, and he's arguing for his innocence. And then the thing is, they know that Peter was in control of the drones, but Peter himself doesn't have any evidence to prove that it was Mysterio in control of the drones until the very end. I know Peter just technically destroyed all the evidence of him. Oh no, he destroyed all the drones at the end of the movie, right? So technically he should be like, he should have no evidence to defend himself. But I feel like the data of the drones and who was controlling them, especially since the drones themselves had ID software, there should be like records somewhere that proves that Peter was not in control. Like, Quentin Beck should be a registered user of the glasses. They should have recognized him, especially since he was a previous employee of Tony Stark. Like, I feel like him being in the database and him being a controller of this thing specifically made for Peter would have been noted somewhere, but I guess not. I guess destroying and like killing a whole bunch of people, because golly, like, he let that thing crash into the atmosphere. It did not just float off into space. The gigantic weapons silo that he essentially had access to crashed into the Earth's atmosphere, probably lit a flame and destroyed a whole bunch of stuff. But regardless, I feel like it's kind of weird that he has no way to prove himself. Like, he doesn't have any original unedited footage. He doesn't have anything to prove that he wasn't the one controlling the drones at the time. He doesn't have anything, which is kind of, I don't think that makes sense, especially considering the whole, like, interconnected world of technology and how smart I believe Tony was. But who knows? Maybe it just wasn't. And considering how the movie treats, like, information as sort of this thing that's only in people's heads and can only be caught sometimes, I guess it's not surprising that Peter wouldn't go and find evidence, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. We see Peter not in jail, but getting interrogated, and we go and cut back to Peter talking with MJ, and MJ seems to be under this weird idea that Peter's happy now that he should be happy now that his identity is revealed. And MJ, you realize your whole life is in danger. Like, you literally can die at any moment because Peter is now well known and you're known to be his girlfriend. And the thing is, you are now like hyping up the fact that you're his girlfriend. You're holding his hand as he walks through this crowd of people who are booing him. You're doing all this extra stuff. You are literally just making yourself prime target number one. If I'm a villain who wants revenge on Peter, I'm not going after the superpowered Spider-Man. I'm going after his very human family. Because why wouldn't you? Why would you ever want the dangerous superhuman to come after you when you can just go ahead and take the weaker superhumans? That's the whole point of having a secret identity. I'm kind of shocked MJ isn't like registering that, but I don't know, whatever. You know, teenagers. Haha, teenagers. Ah, it's so nice. Back to the roof. Then we get to see them all in school. I'm not gonna lie, Peter just like being able to walk back into the school when he's wanted for murder. It doesn't seem real to me, but you know, you gotta have the shot of Peter being an outcast, because, you know, Peter has to be an outcast because high school. Yay! And honestly, I'm not going to lie, Tom Holland's looking too old now. Like, I'm not sure if it's just they got specifically younger kids to, like, be these high school students, but, like, these high school kids look like children. Meanwhile, Tom Holland looks like a full-grown adult who just happens to be short. That's it. Like, I don't know. Tom Holland looks like a whole adult now. But regardless of that, we do get to see that all of them are taking pictures of him, taking video. And then someone comes in on Peter Parker and Aunt May. And I wonder who this could be. Is this the police? Is it Nick Fury? Is it... It can't be Doctor Strange. I feel like Pete only thinks of Doctor Strange after he sees the little floating ornaments. So I doubt it's Doctor Strange. But could it be an alternate Spider-Man? That could be one of the options. Could it be one of Spider-Man's alternate villains? There's a lot of people who could come in like this, but I feel like the reaction wouldn't be so calm. It may just be the police. I wonder how the door was open, too. Well, that may be reasoning for it to be like another Spider-Man. Like, the other Spider-Man has a key to the door because it's the same lock across all universes. Then we get to see Big Boy Ned. He's up in jail. Rip to my boy Ned. We also get to see Aunt May. She's up in jail. They're all getting interrogated. And then we get to see Spooderman. And Spooderman thinks of Doctor Strange after seeing some floating witch ornaments or like warlock ornaments, which is kind of but whatever excuse. And do we know, is it a thing that the Sanctum Sanctorum just freezes over and that's not something they can control? I don't know. That seems kind of weird to me. I'm not going to lie. Like, there's just snow. And while I do like snowy Doctor Strange, I like that design. Like, where he has, like, the cape on top of the winter coat over the hoodie. Like, I think that's a cool design. But I don't know. That's weird. I wonder if it's going to be explained. And I do like how casual the two are with each other now. Even though I don't think it makes sense for Strange to be so casual with them and be like, oh, yeah, you can call me by my first name. Like, it does seem a bit weird because Peter still is, like, a whole teenager and you still are a whole adult, Mr. Strange. So... whatever, but obviously they need to establish some sort of chummy relationship for Strange to do something stupid, because we get to see that Strange, despite being the person who was all about maintaining order and like doing things by the timeline and stuff like that, all that good stuff, he's willing to risk the entire unstable multiverse as he knows it to wipe out peepers to wipe out everyone's knowledge that Peter is Spider-Man. Wong explicitly warns Strange to not use that spell, but Strange just winks and they gotta use the spell because we gotta have a movie. Yay, movie, great. It's not like setup is important or anything. It's not like Peter's not taking responsibility again by wanting to have all his troubles being erased by some magical external source and giving up his responsibility to someone else. It's not like Spider-Man's about great power comes great responsibility. I couldn't do the bit completely. I'm sorry. Doesn't anyone else also find it weird that Strange like can't force Peter out or let Peter in or something like that, or there's some spell to wipe the memory? And here's the thing about memory wipe, right? If we were like 50 years ago, then I'd say this memory wiping thing may work on like not everyone knowing that he's Spider-Man. Because, you know, there's no phones, there's no internet, there's no saved data or anything like that. There's not much outside of like newspapers. And unless the newspapers printed it out, I doubt everyone would really be able to have any physical evidence of Peter being Spider-Man. But like the way Strange describes it is that the spell is meant to just erase everyone's knowledge that Peter is Spider-Man. And I feel like there's a lot of holes with that. I feel like it shouldn't just erase the knowledge. If it really wants to get rid of the whole Spider-Man problem, it does legitimately have to wipe out everything, all the data, all the info on the Spooderman. But I don't think it's going to do that. I think it's literally just wiping out the memory. This may have been like a lesson Strange was trying to teach Peter or something like that, because he literally says later in the trailer, be careful what you wish for, Parker, like on some ominous type beat. But I don't know. I don't like the setup of this movie, if I'm being completely honest with y'all. Well, I probably will like the end result, like I did scream when I saw the end, but I don't know, like seeing Peter doing this again after he literally just learned last movie you need to take responsibility for your actions and be your own man. He's giving up. He's trying to dodge responsibility again, but making like it never happened. I don't know. This is dumb. I don't like it. I don't like the setup for this movie, but it leads into something cool because, you know, after Peter messes up the spell and, you know, the multiverse goes wonky, bada bing, bada boom, because Loki stuff. Yay, there's no pruning, no TVA, whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch Loki. But regardless of that, we get to see Spider-Man. He's back in action in this crazy multiverse world, and they're falling into portal. I'm sorry, I'm still watching the trailer. Then we get to see a combination of what might be both Electro and Sandman. Like, there's this shot of lightning Yellow Lightning, weirdly enough. So it may not be Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro, because I'm pretty sure he had Blue Lightning. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Amazing Spider-Man Electro had Blue Lightning, but this is Yellow Lightning coming down. But there seems to be not a thunderstorm, but a sandstorm going around. I know Sandman is in Spider-Man 3. But the interesting thing is I have to address about all the villains that show up, from the possible Spider-Man Electro combo to the, not you, Strange, not you, Peter. I don't care that you're in some trains or whatever. But yep, we learned that Strange, even though he has no idea about the multiverse, he knows frightening little about it. He was willing to risk the entire multiverse by resetting the memory of something that shouldn't have happened and messing with time after Wong told him not to, because, we need to have a movie to happen. I'm sorry, I know I'm getting mad annoyed with that. But we get to see that the boy, Happy's also getting shot at, but whatever. Lightning coming down. We get to see Green Goblin. That does sound like, Green Goblin Bomb. And that does sound like Willem Dafoe's laugh. I'm not going to lie. That did give me big Willem Dafoe vibes when I heard the laugh that's done in the trailer when we see the bomb blow up a whole bridge. That's not the one I care about the most. I care about one man above all other things. The man who dares to show his face after all this time. Alfred Molina returns as Doc Ock, bro. I'm so happy to see him. I'm not gonna lie. That was the most excited I was for the entire trailer. Even if I don't like the stuff of this movie, even if I think this movie's whack, even if I don't like Peter Parker's character in this movie, I am super excited to see Alfred Molina back as Doc Ock. And let's talk about that. So the whole trailer is essentially just a setup for the whole multiverse thing. And let's say this: I do not like the story. I don't like the cause of the story. I'm assuming I will like the story, because to be fair, I didn't like the setup for Quentin Beck in Far From Home. But I did enjoy Quentin Beck as a villain. I do believe that was a fantastic villain, one of the best in the MCU. But I do also believe that this movie setup is even worse than that, because I feel like Peter should have already learned the lesson: with great power comes great responsibility. And I feel like he shouldn't be trying to still dodge the consequences of his actions. This is all his fault. And the fact that he tries to reverse it and ends up causing this whole mess is whack to me. I do believe Doctor Strange is a bit out of character here. This doesn't seem like something Strange would do, considering that he knows the dangers of messing with time. He's the Sorcerer Supreme. He's the person who needs to go out of his way to protect all the stuff like that. He literally was so set on doing certain things in a particular way in his timeline during the events of Infinity War. This just doesn't seem like something Doctor Strange would do, especially for someone he had so little interaction with. Doctor Strange messing with the multiverse for Peter Parker doesn't seem like a realistic thing to happen. I don't know. I would go more in depth, but honestly, I recorded this video so many times already. And two, I don't know. There's just not, at least there's not much for me to say. I'm happy that all the villains are coming back. I'm happy that Doctor Strange is here. I'm happy with what we're getting, but the setup of the movie itself is not something that I particularly enjoy. I don't think I'm going to enjoy this movie that much. I think all alone, if the rest of the movie is great and it's just the first act that's bad, it's probably going to get a 7 out of 10. But that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Please tell me in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.